Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open Mic Podcast with DJ Ame. Uh, Today we are talking to Nikki Games11. Hello, Nikki. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
So honored to have you over here and talk to us about how it is to be a streamer.
hmm
Can you present yourself and talk about what you do as a streamer and content creator? Can,
Yeah, so I'm Nikki. I've been streaming since October of 2017. I primarily stream video games, but while I'm streaming, the primary thing on my channel is the conversations, and we like talking about like human behavior, relationships, self-care, food, gaming, all that kind of stuff. So the game is kind of like background noise. So I stream on Twitch, but then I also make TikToks, and what I do on TikTok is kind of like gaming commentary because I've been gaming for like at least 25 years. So I'm like, you know what? I love gaming. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Let me just do some commentary. And people have really been liking it. Some don't like it, but I mean, it gives me engagement, so I don't care. So yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. How did you start with the part of streaming and the content creating? How did you start off
So
with it?
yeah, so I was on YouTube and I think I was looking up videos of like GTA San Andreas because I love the GTA series. And I saw that somebody was speedrunning it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I clicked on their YouTube video and I could tell that, or they basically said on the video, this is a Twitch VOD. Not, I was like, I don't know what Twitch is. So I kept watching their videos on YouTube because I was familiar with YouTube. And then as time went on, I was like, all right, let me go see what this Twitch thing is. So I came over to Twitch. I watched them for a couple months because I found them in the summertime. And then I decided to start in October that year.
Uh, what made you to choose a certain platform to stream on? Because you're streaming on Twitch and TikTok right now. Did you stream on any other
hmm
platforms before?
I tried YouTube, I would say a handful of times, but I really did not like how like clunky and just it just wasn't a vibe over there to stream. I tried that a couple years ago. It sounds like they haven't really made it too much better. And I was starting from zero and I was like, I don't like this at all. So I'm back to Twitch. And then I tried I gave Kick like a solid month. I was like, I'm only going to stream on Kick. I'm not going to stream on Twitch. I want to see what Kick is about. But Kick was kind of similar to YouTube. It's not as clunky to stream over there, but I was starting from zero. It just didn't feel as fun. I really miss my Twitch community, so I stopped Kick.
It's kind of like a lot of people that are coming from Twitch and going over to other platforms like TikTok or Kick or any new platform that is coming out. They usually come
Mhm.
back to Twitch because they are missing the community they already built up. So a lot
Mhm.
of times the people that are those die-hard fans that you are already got from Twitch, they are coming into you in your stream on
Yep.
TikTok, on Kick, and stuff like that. And then when you come
Mhm.
back, they are kind of like, "Hey, wait a minute, why are you back on Twitch again?"
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
So, uh, how do you engage with your audience while streaming and content creating? Because you were talking about having your games as background noise.
Mhm.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so with me, I like talking about like different subjects. And what I'll end up doing is maybe the game, like maybe if I'm playing GTA 4 or something, and I'm going out on a date with a girl as Nico, I'll be like, ooh, y'all, like, what would y'all do if, blah, 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 blah. So I kind of riff off of what the game gives me, and I'll start talking about relationships, or maybe if Nico in GTA 4 just got paid a whole bunch of money, but somebody, ripped him off and betrayed him. Now I'll start talking to my chat about, ooh, y'all, have y'all ever been betrayed by somebody? Like, I like riffing off of the game, but then sometimes I'll also just have something random pop in my head, or I'll just go off of what chat says. Or sometimes I have something written out already that I wanted to bring to chat to talk about. So I have multiple sources of where I get what I want to talk about.
Awesome. So, uh, usually when people are starting off with streaming, they are starting the stream without having any plan or uh, any type of movement towards something that they want to talk about or towards something that they want to do during their gaming time. Uh,
Hmm.
do you have a planning or some sort of thought about how you want this stream to go, or do you kind of like go back and review the stuff that you do and maybe redo them next stream?
Yeah, so it's funny you asked that. So like for the past I would say almost year, I was doing a lot better with like planning out my streams. Like I had stuff I wanted to talk about. I had like little bits and segments. Everything was planned. And I found that that kind of added a little bit of stress onto me with streaming because after all that time of doing that, I realized, and I knew this before, but I realized that streaming is just supposed to be fun for me. It's not supposed to feel like this big stressful thing. So I've only been back streaming since I kind of took a break for about a month or so, and I haven't really been writing out like things I'm going to talk about. And it does feel better to me because one thing I learned from my previous jobs, specifically working with kids, is that I need to stay on my toes and I need to be able to just riff off of anything in the environment. And I think that that's kind of helped my improv skills be very strong. So I just kind of lean on those while I'm streaming, and then I lean on the game, and then I'll lean on chat. And then I always have something that I can talk about. So I personally don't like planning for my streams. I just kind of know what game I'm gonna play that day of. I start playing the game, and my chat kind of knows the vibes because most of the time I'm not playing the same game constantly. I'll do that sometimes, but rarely. So they kind of know the vibes, and people that come in that are new, they kind of catch the vibes, especially if they read my bio or my about me. They'll see, oh, the game isn't really the focus here, it's conversation.
Sure.
So,
One thing that I kind of noticed when I came into your chat was that you're playing a lot of different, your very variety of games that you are playing. At the same time, you're kind of sticking to the player one thought about it. So you don't have
mhm,
any games that you play with other people. Like, I don't know, GTA 5 is kind of online game, but at the same time, it's
mhm,
not. What do you think about the new version of gameplay where you have a lot of people, where you interact with other people in a whole different way, according to the way that you used to play with like Nintendo, or you have to do some dungeon, or you have to do specific tasks that you have to do in games. Do you
mhm.
think that it has changed a lot since we started gaming before?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely changed a lot because I started off in like the PS1 era. And, I don't really even remember there being a lot of multiplayer in PS1 times. I know PS2, it was like, couch multiplayer where like
Yeah,
you had to sit next to each other. Each person had their wired controller coming from the console, and you're playing like that. That I liked. And then as time started going on after PS2, it became more online. And I remember playing GTA 5 online for the first time on PS3. It was my first online experience. And they would keep kicking me out of the lobbies. And I was like, I don't like this. So I kind of wrote off online gaming like ever since then. But recently, like within the past year, I've been more open to like playing Mario Kart 8 and Overwatch online. Well, I have no choice with Overwatch, but online with other people, and I am enjoying it. But I would say I do prefer the old school way of it just being mostly single player or like couch multiplayer. But it definitely has changed over the years.
Sure. And I think that uh, the reason why it's changed is because the amount of information that is in within the games right now is so easy to connect with other people, even from
Hmm.
the whole world, basically.
Yep.
So for us to connect with each other on TikTok, or for us to connect to each other with another game or whatever, it's so easy to us. It just because it's you need to log into a game and start playing. You can just play with a random, and you
Hmm.
get constantly connect with people, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun. But at the same time, it could be a lot of risk depending on if you are underage, or depending on if you're
Hmm.
maybe a woman, or if you are bad. Your English, if your English is bad, is also
Hmm.
a risk taken
Yep.
with a stranger that you don't even know. But at the same time, if you do, you have a possibly a new connection to a new person that actually enjoys the game as much as you do.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, can I ask you what are you working with in your real life except for streaming?
I work in the healthcare field. I like keeping that
Okay,
stuff private.
awesome, awesome. So I actually work as a teacher in middle school.
Nice.
So a lot of times I actually started this stream because I had so many questions about streaming from my pupils, and one of
Oh.
the reason why I actually wanted to start this stream or this podcast a long time ago. The idea was born when uh, I was playing with one of my buddies, and we were talking about starting a podcast together in Swedish, but then I translated
Mm.
it later to English because there's a lot more people to talk to. At the same
Mhm.
time, there is a lot more knowledge to get into
Mhm.
because it's a international scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Nice.
can you share some of the tips for building and maintaining a community around you when you're just starting streaming?
Yeah. Okay, so let me think about what I did. Ooh, so one of the first things I accidentally did when I just first came onto Twitch is I
Good accident.
became like a right. I became a very uh genuine member of a community myself. So like I wasn't even thinking about streaming when I came onto Twitch. I was just like, "Oh, I'm just going to be a viewer." So I would genuinely be in there wanting to build connections with people and watching the streamer. I wasn't doing it for like some like purpose of, ooh, I'm in here because I want to grow. I want to poach these people and bring them onto my channel. Like I wasn't doing any of that. And I think that doing that was one of the reasons how I got affiliate within 2 weeks of me streaming is because I'd grown those genuine connections. So being a genuine part of other people's communities is one of the things I would say that would help you with your own community. Another thing is just having the right mindset. I'm just now getting into the right mindset. And I mean, like I said, I've been streaming since 2017. So it took me a while, but it's okay. Better late than never. Um, but having the right mindset of knowing exactly what you want streaming to be for you. I always knew that I wanted streaming to be fun, but I've had times throughout the years where I try to take it more seriously. I try to make it my full-time job, and I always felt so miserable. And now I'm understanding that that was kind of like the universe or my body or whatever saying that's not for you. You're only supposed to do this for fun. So now I'm understanding that. So knowing what streaming is supposed to be for you, knowing if you want to be a streamer or a content creator is also important because it's two completely different things. There are a lot of people who just want to be a streamer, which is great. You don't want to create content and put on TikTok and do all this extra stuff. So figuring out what you want to do there. I didn't know I wanted to be a content creator until a couple months ago, like I said. So, and now that I've been doing content creation versus just streaming primarily, so much happier. Um, and then when it comes to growing, hmm, Yeah, it's really just being a genuine person across the internet that people want to be around. I would say I've definitely had a little bit of difficulty growing my stream. Like my CCV isn't super duper high or anything, but the community that I have, I'm so proud of them. I adore them. They're called the Cuties of Chaos. They're amazing people. Ooh, I will say, as you are growing, you need to have very, very strict boundaries because if you don't have strong boundaries when you're starting, people are just going to trample all over you. And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, I don't even like half the people that are in my community. They're not my people. They're not respecting what I want. So
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of tips for growing, but I have a lot of mindset things for like on your journey.
sure. It's very good tips as well. I think that most of the times when you come into a community where it's already a community that is very safe, with a
Hmm.
streamer or a content creator where it's very open-minded and very educative, uh,
Hmm.
there is also possibility to actually stick around, because
Hmm.
a lot of time people are searching for something that is fun enough to spend some time with you. At the same
Hmm.
time, it's supposed to give them something back.
Yes.
Which one of the platform would you recommend as a new streamer to start off? Is it Twitch or is it TikTok?
Hmm. Let me think about that one. Hmm. So brand new, they haven't done
Yeah,
anything anywhere,
let's
right?
say they started off today. Which one would you prefer to tip them to go over to and start off with?
Honestly, I would say TikTok.
All
And
right.
one of the reasons is because when I took a break from streaming in October, I I took a break from just streaming. I was like, I'm still gonna post on TikTok during this time. And my TikTok blew up since October. Like I gained almost 500 followers since October, when normally I would gain like maybe 20 followers a month.
Yeah.
So putting all my focus on TikTok was really, really good. And now I can stream on there. So now I'm just growing my TikTok even more. And I have probably grown 500 followers on Twitch. That probably would have taken me years to do. So it's like TikTok's or sorry, Twitch's discoverability is awful. We all know that. People are
Yeah.
always like, "Oh, you need to go on TikTok or YouTube or somewhere else to bring people in." And I feel like at this point, focusing on TikTok, creating fun content, and then seeing if people are like, oh my God, do you stream? Do you stream? Do you stream? I always like when I hear people talk about their journeys and that's like part of their story because I'm like, okay, you already have a group of people that want you to do this. You're not already just doing it and then trying to siphon them over. They're like, I want you to stream. I want to watch you.
Sure.
So I actually do think TikTok is better, but I will say one thing that I don't like about TikTok is I hear so many stories about people saying that like, oh, I got banned or suspended off of TikTok on my live because someone, not mistakenly reported me, but reported me to be malicious, basically.
Sure.
Like I wasn't doing this bad thing and they did this. So that's my one caution against TikTok. I would say start on TikTok, really grow your people, start streaming on there, and then have a Twitch as like your main hub of like streams where you can do pretty much anything you want compared to TikTok.
Yeah, it's also when you start off on TikTok, they have a possibility to say that if you did something that is not legal according to their rules, they have a
Mhm.
possibility to report you, and then they have a possibility to ban you. What
Mhm.
happened in last couple months, especially because a lot of the streamers are complaining back to them and sending the feedback back to them. Their
Mhm.
streamers are getting uh, reported like each stream is maybe 2 or 3 reports per stream, which is a
Jeez.
lot of people that are maybe trying to come in and play with you at the same time. And if you are a full lobby, you can play with more than 4 people at the same time. For example,
Mhm.
if there is a lot of young kids that are creating some uh, different types of accounts, so they can come in and try to get in and say that they are 18 plus or whatever
Mhm.
it may the rules may be applying. um, the thing is that as soon as they get a no, you can't play right now because I'm playing with for other people, you get a ban warning.
Yep.
And that's the whole problem, because we have been talking to the developers on TikTok, so we can have
Mhm.
a possibility to track back to the people that are uh, pressing those issues against us, and then
Mm.
getting them banned for falsely banning us, basically.
Yes.
So there has to be a coincidence, or there has to be consequences for
Mhm.
doing the wrongful stuff if you're not actually doing anything wrong.
Yes.
That's the only part that is good about Twitch, because they have a variety of different types of possibilities to uh, cover up the streams and
Mhm.
protect the streamers from
Yes.
malicious attacks, from bot attacks and stuff like that. Follow bots. Oh my god. It used to be a horrible type of thing, but they
Yes.
did fix it, and they are actually listening to the streamers because it's
Mhm.
their way to connect to the other people and making sure to have a biggest platform on earth.
Yeah.
So, uh, one other thing that I wanted to talk to is the if you are not feeling any, if you're not feeling good about yourself right now, do you go on and stream anyway, or do you skip that day?
I'll skip that day, and that's literally why I took a almost 2-month break from uh maybe late September. I don't remember when the break started. September-ish, October-ish, into November-ish. I took a break because I was like, I feel burnt out. I need to like recenter myself. I do not believe in streaming when you don't feel well, whether that's physically like you're sick or mentally or emotionally. And because I stream for fun, no one's gonna know anyway. So
Most of the people that are coming up or that are starting streaming, they are thinking that they have to stream like 4 or 5 hours a day, which is very hard to do, especially if you are a streamer or content creator that is doing this as a full-time job. They are still not
mhm,
doing it like, if if we are supposed to be full-time streamers, we are
mhm.
not gonna stream 5 or 6 hours a day, because
Nope.
you have so much other stuff that you need to do afterwards or before it,
Mhm.
before you even start streaming.
Yeah.
One of the things that I kind of burst out laughing was one of your videos where you are talking about you have to fix something about the OBS, or you have to fix something about the stream before you started streaming, and then a couple
Mhm.
hours later you're still not streaming. You're still looking for that little thing,
Yep.
uh, which is hilarious to me, because I used to actually sit over there and like for a couple hours and just looking for the stuff that I need, but I still don't find it. And
Yep.
uh, the recognizability is so funny to me, because we all been here. We all been there.
Yes.
It's so hilarious that you actually said it.
That's
Uh,
what I do.
the other thing that was kind of funny to me was one the other video that you were talking about, when you are uh, when your streaming is over. You're kind of like
Mhm.
taking off your bra and the weed is gone.
Yeah.
lot
I'm
of
very
people
blunt and transparent.
That's totally fine because, in all honesty, I think that people in your community appreciate it even more
Yeah.
because of the bluntness, and it's kind of a comedic way to describe it as well.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious, and I think you're doing an awesome job.
Oh,
And
thank you.
another thing, another thing that I want to talk to you about is you just joined the Bunny Gang,
Yes.
which is I want to send you a big congratulations on that one as well. Uh,
Thank you.
can you talk to everybody else about the Bunny Gang? What is that?
Yeah, so Bunny Gang, they have clothing and they have merch basically. And they have like streamer or content creator collaborations. So I feel like I've been around Bunny Gang for like at least a year-ish now. Like I would always see them on my Twitter and I'll be like, "Ooh, like look at all these streamers that they're working with. Like look at their merch. This is really cute." So I follow them everywhere. And then like they actually started interacting with me a little bit. I think that was like um early in 2023. They started interacting with me on like my Twitter posts, my Instagram posts. They would come into like my Twitch streams. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so cool." So, I guess maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was like, "All right, let me shoot my shot at them. Let me be like, "Hey, like I really like y'all. Like I would love to work with y'all." I was scared because I don't do that type of stuff. I was very, very scared, but they were very, very nice about it. So I was like, okay. And then they let me in. So now I'm a bunny gang member. I'm like, yay, this is so fun. Yeah, so right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to decide what I want my bunny design to be like. And I'll submit it to them and then they'll be able to put it on merch. And then I'll have a coupon code to like give out to people who want to buy either my stuff or I think anything from the website as a whole. So it's really exciting. It's really cute.
I hope you're gonna do well with the bunnies as well as continue growing your stream as well. Uh,
Yes, thank
do you
you.
think there is misconceptions about people who are streaming or content creating in the industry?
Yeah, I do. Like, I think about the situation that happened a couple of days ago, I guess, when Twitch did the whole art, they like allowed for artistic nudity on the website. And
Oh
people
yeah,
took that and ran with it. Like I went to the art section of Twitch and I was like, wow, okay. And then, I'm minding my business and then they change it the next day. So I mean, I definitely think that like I don't know what people out in the world who don't know anything about Twitch, like if you ask them about Twitch or someone who has like very little knowledge, what they would say specifically about like femme presenting people on the website because then you have people that do like more of like the OnlyFans or the more like sexual stuff, which I'm, whatever, I'm fine with it. But it's like, do they think that anybody that's like a female or a woman presenting, do they think that all those people are exactly like that? Or do they think it's just a gaming website? So I don't know what they think about it. But for me, I don't let any misconceptions about content creators or Twitch stop me because I know what I do. I know what I bring to the table. I know what my content is. So for me, I'm like, if you want to think that, then I know that you're not supposed to be in my crowd because my people would not just assume something off of nothing.
sure.
So,
I was actually talking to a couple of people during my stream when I was
hmm
supposed to raid people, and
hmm
then one of the girls came up with literally nothing on herself, and I was like, "What?
oh,
How the hell is this legal at all?" What didn't they read the TOS or anything of any of the rules
nope.
at all? Nope. I guess, and she had like 4,000 people jerking off or to her content creation or whatever it was. And we were dying laughing because she didn't say
Yes.
anything special because of it. and we were okay.
Wow.
Let's do something else instead.
That's
Dear
awesome.
Lord. So, how important is branding and creating a unique identity for you as a streamer or content creator?
You know, it's funny. I always figured it was relatively important back in the day, but now that I really know like what I want to do with content creation, I think it's very, very, very important. Like my little tagline or whatever is think a little differently because like at the end of my streams, I'll be like, I hope y'all think about the world just a little bit differently because you're homegirl Nikki. And because of how my content is, it's mostly conversation based. I want that to be my brand. Like when you see me, you know, oh, a conversation is going to be had. Might be about gaming, relationship, human behavior, whatever it may be. A conversation's going to be had. She's going to be a little sassy and it's going to be fun. So I think a brand, oh yeah, and pink and cute stuff is also going to be involved as well. But I think branding is very, very important. And I I think it's something that it's okay if you're starting off and you don't know what you're doing because like I said, I just realized this a couple months ago and I've been streaming since 2017. And it's okay if your brand changes as time goes on cuz I mean, I'm a very much a self-improvement type person, but you're probably going to be changing across the years. So it doesn't have to be something that's concrete. That's
Sure.
how I feel about branding. Yeah.
I think that one of the basic basic things that you need to think about as a content creator or a streamer up and coming is that
Mhm.
you don't have to write everything down in stone. You don't
Yep.
have to have everything locked down and keep it going. You can always change. You can always
Mhm.
rebrand. You can always trying to make something new from your type of stream. I mean,
Mhm.
I kind of accidentally went from frames per second and streams about Battlefield to
Mhm.
over to Fortnite because a lot of more people were coming in and having fun and having a more possibility to join me and
Mhm.
come into my parties and talk to them. And at the same time, I had a possibility to have my own creator code, which also made me have a possibility to have private matches with 100 more people from my chat
Mm.
at the same time where we could drop down and start kicking ass to each other,
Yeah.
which is also a way to connect to your audience in a whole different way.
Mhm.
Uh, do you think there is a good way to handle trolls or negative comments in your streams, uh, as especially if you're not having mods yet as moderators in your chat? How do you handle it if someone is coming in and with racial slurs or talking about women in a difficult way or something like that?
Oh, I ban them because I mean, everybody knows my tolerance is underneath the soil. Like I have such a low tolerance. Like I just it's like I'm here, I'm having fun, I'm not getting paid to do this, so therefore this is my house. You feel me? So if you're gonna come in disrespecting me or anybody in my chat, I'm just gonna ban you because one thing I really want new streamers or just streamers in general to understand is don't be afraid to ban somebody because you think, oh, but I'm gonna lose a viewer, like I'm gonna lose a potential follower. Like, do you really want somebody that's disrespecting you in your community? Because if you do, then that's your business, that's fine. But I don't. I want people that are gonna respect me and other people in my community and that I like having around. Like, I'll just ban somebody if I find them annoying. They don't even have to do anything that's like objectively wrong. It's my community, it's my stream. I'm gonna curate it how I want it, you know?
So
And I'm not gonna feel bad about it either.
my house, my rules.
Yes.
That's awesome. A lot of people are actually having that problem, especially if you're starting off with
Mhm.
as a brand new streamer. A lot of people have a problem with trying to set boundaries, as you told me before, especially about their private life, especially about their uh, way of how much they are sharing with their audience.
Mhm.
So, um, how about if we are talking about the way that you have to promote yourself to when you're starting your streams? How is that process, including from your perspective?
Yeah, when I was first starting out, I was in that one main community, and I don't remember if I said something directly to the streamer or if someone else that knew that I was gonna start streaming said something in their chat. But that streamer was really supportive, and they're like, "Oh my God, like I think it's awesome that you're gonna start streaming." And then they would host back when hosting was a thing. They would
Yeah,
host me after they were done with their stream. So then a whole bunch of people would come over to my stream. They would follow me, interact, that kind of thing. I think now promoting my stream, I'm really lazy about it. I'll just post on Twitter, going live, and then maybe sometimes I'll post in like a self promo Discord channel and some of the Discord communities I'm in. I don't really lean on any of those things though, because I call myself a peekaboo streamer. I stream when I want. It's gonna be random. No one knows when I'm gonna stream, including me. So it's like if you catch me, you catch me. But I'm not very good at promoting my stream, I would say. And then if it's on TikTok, I'll just do like a story video like, "Hey, I'm live right now." And then but again, TikTok's discoverability is really good. So when you do that, I feel like it pushes that video and then also your live out more.
yeah,
So,
sure. I think that a lot of times, if you are, especially if you're having the story mode, TikTok, Instagram, even Twitter, is the
mhm.
same thing when you are trying to reach out and trying to say, hey, right now I'm live on Twitch, or right now live on TikTok or whatever. I think
Mhm.
that discoverability is always much higher because of the possibility to just it's a like 2 clicks away and they
Yep.
are in your stream. One thing that I noticed the late couple months is that if you are on TikTok on a
Mhm.
computer, you have a possibility to if they are watching your one of your videos, they can, if they click on you live from one of your videos, it
Mhm.
says on the chat form that they are coming in from one of your short videos, which is kind of
Yep.
awesome. That way, you have also another way to pitch in and say, "Oh, well, welcome to my stream from one of my
Mhm.
videos. How you doing?" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How much work do you put out after the stream? Maybe
Mm.
because of going through the stuff that you did from the VODs, or maybe you had some interaction, or maybe some funny moment that happened that you want to maybe clip or something like that. How do you what's the process from after the point of view from your side during the stream and afterwards?
Well, funnily enough, so when I was taking streaming more seriously, like the previous 10 months, um, after every stream, I would, look at my VOD, make sure all my volumes and everything was okay. And then maybe the next day or, within a couple of days, I'd go through and clip all the things that I wanted to, showcase on TikTok. Because at that point, I couldn't stream on TikTok yet. Um, would take those clips and I go into CapCut, I'd edit them down, and I'd post them sporadically throughout the week. Now, I don't even really clip my VODs at all on Twitch or TikTok because I've found that posting Twitch clips on my TikTok, it doesn't do what I want it to do. I've found a lot more success with doing talking heads on TikTok where it has nothing to do with my stream. It's just me sitting in front of my phone talking to my phone. I found so much more success doing that. So I don't even go back, and I'll watch my VODs again for volume and making sure the quality of my stream is still high. But I don't clip, I don't post the clips, I don't edit clips anymore. I'm very indifferent to clips at this point, and I'm happy because again, it takes away that extra work that I was really not enjoying the last like year or so that was related to streaming. Now I just stream for fun. I'm done with the stream. All right, bye. I get to do what I want now for the rest of the day. So, yeah.
Of course. A lot of people who are streaming like battle royale games or some stuff like that are having big issues by if you are streaming for like 4 hours.
Mhm.
There's a lot of content to go through, especially
Yep.
if you have like headshots and you have some big kill streak or whatever it could be, or some funny moments where you're cracking jokes and you really needed to put it out over there because that is kind of the stuff that you want to promote. That is kind of the stuff
Mhm.
that you want to lead with. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I noticed was I used to have a site where it's called Athena Scope, and
Mhm.
when you went over there, it took your VODs and created small snippets of the VODs where you have like all your kills, funny
Mhm.
moments where you're actually laughing. It reacted to your laughter, which was
Mm.
really good as an AI point of view,
Yeah.
uh, which also made your af- uh, after work of the stream very small window instead of
Yes.
you sipping through the whole 4 hours that you needed to do and you have to start recording again and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You don't need to do that over here. But
Yeah.
couple couple months later, they were actually bought off by Microsoft. So
Wow.
a couple months later, Ev got kicked out of there, and they
Mm.
just throw it out. So one of the algorithms and one of the people that were actually working on that site went over and
Mhm.
made their own program which was standalone program, and it's
Mm.
called Hype Trigger, which is
Oh.
if you everything that you do during your streams, you can record it on your PC or laptop or whatever, and then you
Mhm.
can put that recording directly to your Hype Trigger, which it will go through all the 4 hours or 5 hours or whatever it is, and it will do those snippets with like 10 seconds from
Mm.
beginning and from the start.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
for everybody who's actually starting off with FPS games, where you are
Mhm.
even, I think they even have for GTA as well.
Mm. Nice.
So if you're playing those type of games, you can always try to use new stuff that you can have a possibility to get that workload even less than it's supposed to be, uh,
Yeah.
which also makes your life easier, and at the same time it makes it more fun to edit and fun to play with.
Yes.
Do you think there is do you have a good balance between your streaming and your private life?
Now I do. I would say previously I was like, because normally I stream for like 1 day a week for years. And then, like, within the last year, I was like, all right, let me try 2 times a week. Let me try 3 times a week. Absolutely hated it. Not for me. So now, I mean, like I said, I stream when I want. Peekaboo streamer. I stream when I want, what I want, and that makes me feel so much less stress about it. And then when it comes to content creation, which is the TikTok side, it's just kind of a habit for me now to upload at least one time a day. But even if I miss a day, it's not that big of a deal to me because at the end of the day, content creation and streaming are hobbies that I enjoy doing, and I'm not going to let them stress me out because life is already stressful enough, so we ain't doing that.
What treats of or changes do you foresee in streaming and content creating in the industry in the near future? Do you think there is
Hmm.
some changes that will be beneficial for those who are starting streaming right now?
Well, something that I've been seeing a lot, specifically on TikTok, is they're talking about what they, well, like, I don't know what you would call them, but I guess I would call them content creation gurus or whatever. But they're predicting what 2024 is going to look like for content creators. And a lot of them are saying that, like, it's going to be more of like a FaceTime meta type thing. People are kind of tired of the skits and like the entertainment piece of things, and they want to be around people that feels like they're just on a FaceTime call with them, and they're just like just listening to them talk, and maybe they're doing something in the meantime while they're watching their videos. And that's really exciting to someone like me who, yes, I play video games. I love video games. I'll talk about gaming all day, but I'm here more so for the conversation. I feel like my commentary, specifically on TikTok, really matches that. And because I'm not taking clips from my Twitch anymore and putting them on TikTok, I feel like I like might be really successful in 2024 because of what these people are predicting it's gonna be. Um, but I would say it's hard to say what like Twitch and streaming is gonna look like in the future. It's hard for me to say. I I don't know. I don't know about that one, but TikTok, I agree that I think the FaceTime meta is really gonna take off next year.
Sure. And I think that the connectability for just starting off is much easier for the people who are starting on TikTok, for example.
Mhm.
Um, and possibility to get noticed is because everybody's kind of sliding to the next show or the next
Yeah.
video, which is also a very easier way to get noticed.
Mhm.
If you're on Twitch, you have to literally go in and tap on the button and go in and search for who is playing GTA 5 right now or who is
Yep.
playing with the chat or whatever it could be.
Mhm.
So I think that a lot of people are struggling to get noticed, but
Mhm.
at the same time, the people that are sticking in and actually trying their luck and actually trying to bring that community up is also gaining a lot more back.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
is there anything that you would like to add before we go all in and finish this podcast?
Um,
Is there any questions or anything that you would like to sporadically act?
hmm. I can't think of anything. I'm having fun though. I'm enjoying this.
Me too. It's been actually fun.
Mm.
I really enjoyed speaking with you, and one of the things that I actually want to ask you before I stop this recording was: is there any other streamers that you would like to see on this podcast for uh, exchange of ideas or exchange of their way to doing the things that they do on Twitch or on YouTube or whatever?
Ooh, let me look on my actual
Here's the
thingy.
list.
Let me see. Ooh, one person is M West. I really enjoy their content. They're awesome, very sweet. Let's see. I really like someone named Mantadia. They're a Ratchet and Clank 2 primarily speedrunner. Such a sweetie. Oh my
Awesome.
gosh. Let's see. Mike Mojito. Again, I mean, I enjoy following sweeties and people that are
Of
fun. So
course.
all these people are
Like-minded
sweeties.
people as well. I think that
Yes.
what we are going to do is that can you tell us where we can find you so we can come in and enjoy your streams as well as your content?
Yes. So Nikkigames11 on Twitch and TikTok. And then Nikki Games 11 on Twitter if you want to see my random thoughts. I have my beacons, aka
I
my
will.
link in bios in all those places.
All the links
So
will be down
yeah.
below on YouTube and Spotify.
Mhm.
Uh,
Awesome.
Thank you so much for doing this. I actually
Yes.
enjoyed it very much. I'm sorry that it didn't pan out last week, but
You
it
know
is what it
what? It
is.
was perfect because like after I woke up, I was like, I'm exhausted today. I would not be a good guest for a podcast today. So it worked out perfectly.
Awesome. Thanks so much for doing this, and I hope you grow with your community, and I hope you enjoy your streams as much as everybody else did with inside your streams.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks so much, and I appreciate you doing this for Open My Podcast.
Yes, of course. Thank
uh,
you for having me as a guest. I appreciate it.
of
I've always
course.
wanted to do a podcast.
Now it's your first podcast. Done and done.
Yes, done and done.
Awesome. Everybody in chat, thank you so much for coming in, and I hope you to see you guys later. Bye.